Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in. I hope you're all having a good day. We're doing some technical game dev. We're doing the game dev. We're doing the art side of the stuff. We're doing blocking out. We have our exported levels here as an example. I've already done Purple Hills. Been blocking it out. This kind of reminds me of something that would be in Namek, with the way it's purple and like this. Like it feels like Namek and DBZ. And it's like trees are colored. But we'll be working on doing this for the levels to make sure we have the block outs for everything. The only one that'll be the hardest is the DeadsunPrime, because that one's going to be very bitsy, making sure it actually works properly. But yeah, upwards battle is the current one that we are working on. We've got 11 levels to block out. Well, 10 more to block out. I know we'll block out everything technically with these things, but we're blocking out the block out of the things that we can texture it and make it a little bit more less blocky over time. And we need to make sure everything's in the right place and not breaking anything. So we're in Blender. We're in Blender today. Yes, that is the reason why we're in Blender today. Okay. Play front. A little hard to see against the other things, so all this having issues with this before. Make sure it's against the thing, because if you do that, you can see that it's not being seen. As long as it's in front, that's all we care about. Yeah, we're just gonna be blocking things out bit by bit by bit, and then details as needed. Just cover the big areas first. We're trying to keep it flat as possible on the flat areas, because just to make it easier for the trash can not go dug 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 dug. So it's sort of like actually finish this chunk, we'll flatten it all out as we just build it for now. We don't want that, we want that. That's not right, because I have that on. For some reason, it's really annoying that it does it. Like if you go on like this, it will try to put it to wherever until you turn it off. You got to turn off the snapping before it snaps, because snapping's on by default. I'm just like, oh, annoying. Going over there. Yeah. Much. That. Yeah. Bonk, bonk. Is that creating quads? It's creating quads. Fine. Bonk, bonk. Trying to. What we're making? We're blocking things out in Blender now. We're making things look nice and blocky for our environments. What we're doing right now, we have the levels in here. So, as example, welcome in. By the way, welcome in Salem. Been a few days without streaming, it seems. I've just been a little bit mentally drained. We're doing some easy blocking, because we've got the this is what we got here for the first area. We're just trying to block everything out like this and understand the shapes of everything, and then we can like go in and then eventually like hit like a subsurface thing. Like even that just like immediately makes it a little bit more less blocky and more smooth. But we'll be going through and doing that after we've done the actual block out for each level, making sure everything looks Gucci first, Hopefully it'll be all good. Hopefully everything will be good. That's why I thought you could do all this in Unreal. Maybe with extensive modeling, using the modeling tools, there is a thing to do that, but I'm gonna do it all in Blender. I don't know the model. Like the only stuff I had was the blocking of the cube grid, to work with in terms of that, blocking out the thing, but this is to actually like build the environment properly. Like comparatively, if you can see here, we've got let me put the six on. Probably not be able you can see it, but we've got 11 triangles here. This is 11 triangles. His arms are going crazy because I've got a little bit of arm tracking. Hello, 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 hello. But yeah, but the if I talk with my hands, sometimes they'll come up and they'll you know, actually be tracked, but like they're not. It's not perfect. This model isn't the greatest for it. And half the time it doesn't even track my hand. You see, look at that. It's webcam based tracking, so full body tracking, so it's not great, but it's just, you know, a little something extra. Yeah, you get the extra little bit of a little bit more movement and whatnot. I can wink. I can wink. Kind of, if it lets me. I just have to open up my other eye. Yeah, comparatively, if you look here, we have 11 triangles, and if we go out, our 11 triangles goes to 508,000 triangles, so a lot of it is all this extra stuff out here. If we cut it down, we'd find would be like maybe look at 100,000. Probably looking pissed. A little bit when it's like that. Yeah. But yeah, we're just trying to make sure that we want it there. Problem making I don't like making quads. Turn that off. Make quads, sometimes it can have unintended results. Got that down there. We're just blocking it out bit by bit. Yeah. Because we're just trying to... I know that Unreal can do a lot of polys and whatnot, but I still want to be, you know, efficient, as well as it's probably going to be a stylistic thing, so that I'm not, like, using the asset packs stuff. I'm trying to make my own stuff for this. You know? Bam, bam. Made in Blender. It was made in Unreal Engine. All that stuff, all the terrain that you see here was I exported it from Unreal Engine. So this is all those hills that I made in the thing, in using the terrain tool. But this is me making it better, effectively, having more control over it, because there's a lot of times where this is just like raising upwards like this because maybe there is a way to do it, but there's no way to do like let's go to the other one first to show you this. There's no way to do stuff like this that I'm aware of. You can't like just have it like have a big hole in the thing, because it just doesn't allow for it. That's why I missed one there. Why isn't that rooting on connect? Huh? Extrude. Oh, well, it wasn't extruding by hotkey. Put it in like that. And a little edge loop. There, it's like one. Yeah, the idea is to have better control over it in like that. Yeah, and we can actually, you know, properly model it. The way it was before was just to have it as a guideline for the gameplay, so it was a quick way to mock it up. This is the actual modeling part. Up like that. Yeah. Yeah. Web. I don't know the best modeling practices for terrain, so that's why I'm just trying to go with the flow. We pretend like we know what we're doing. People will never know we've done anything at all. Yeah. Grab that, flatten it out. Good, now we got our flat surface. Right. Copy this one up here. Snap it to the surface. A little hard with the because I've got this thing turned on, just do it in front, so I can always see where it is. A little hard to see depth-wise where it is. See how I like that's got like intersecting with this. Might get a little bit distracting later on, so we'll turn it off, but now it's fine. I didn't actually go like that. Bam. Think about the way it lines up with the rest of it. Yeah. Cool. This is using the right. This is the problem with it. The polybuild tool. If you've got the snapping on, it like doesn't snap. Like it's got it turned on naturally. So you have to turn it off to have it just naturally on. But we'll move that over this way. It's not the most exciting work, but it's got to be done if we want to have a block out, you know. I'm gonna move this. This is the blue. I think about making things look nice and less uniform. What's the word? Less basic. You ever played cigar? I don't know the acronym, so I don't know if I have or not. It doesn't ring a bell. Apparently French focus for Enix. Okay, well, they definitely have a lot of fingers and many thumbs, and a lot of, you know, franchises underneath them now. So very vast empire that they have. So I'm not familiar with that one specifically. I think they own the Grandia franchise now. They just don't want to make another one because they just don't want it to outshine their Final Fantasy series like it does. Maybe Call of the Vampire Thursday. I guess that's why they're doing these collabs sometimes, just so like, you know, these people that you've never heard of these things will actually hear them and buy them and whatnot. But yeah, no, I've never heard of it. Pointless. They've ruined the. I don't know what's happened, but somehow they've ruined the edge loop select. So if I try to press Control Shift to go along an edge, it's going all over the place. I don't know why it's like doing that now. Like before, it used to like, you know, follow some degree of sense where it go along the edge, pick shortest path. Apologies distance maybe. Fill region. Don't tell me I'd have to do it for every single time I want to do an edge select. That is silly. God, I don't sprint. If I go over here, It did. Okay. It's not even selecting the one that I actually select. Why is fill region on by default? Can I not have that off by default? A little frustrating. God damn. Why have none of my hot... Is my... I'm like... Is my keyboard plugged in? It has to be if I'm doing, like, certain things, but, like... Is it? It is plugged in. I don't know why it's not doing shortcuts right now. Is it because... Stream? OBS is taking over something? Let me try, reboot. Upwards battles. No. What? And hotkeys stopped working. Oh, you have emulate number turned. Huh? What? References. Input. Wait. No, that's not on. How is that the answer? References. Emap. Gotta be FA hotkeys, otherwise I can't do my things. Like none of these hotkeys that have been working just up till now. Huh? Huh? It's gonna be a very, very long stream if I have to like keep going to the menu for everything. Why did they stop working? God, you'd think everything is working fine, but then just things break. Blender, hotkeys, stop working. Streaming? You actually just... Good to know that the Blender forums don't actually get any help. Windows object... Oh, is it an update thing? Is OBS taking over the hotkeys? Focus working OBS? No, they'll just give me hotkeys for... There, you're just giving all the hotkeys issues. it's a little frustrating. It's sharp. For some reason it's... Recognizing that as a hotkey, but it won't recognize Control E. Rude. That's... It's not recognizing Control E, but it recognizes... can just Alt E for the stream, but that's still not ideal. Seems like a small issue, but not being able to control E when you control E a lot is a big issue. Bam. Get them all together. Bam. Bam. Select all the faces. Flatten it out. Oh. We'll just add a little bit of edge loop in there. I'll go inwards there. Yeah, we need to basically try and get the absolute minimum form, just so that we can know that things still work with the jumping puzzles and whatnot. Make sure that the distances are fine and nothing's gonna be an issue there. Yeah, let's I'm making the low poly now. Eventually I can just hit the generate subsystem division. You can do like this, and then like that's too much of a roll there. I can just increase the thing. Actually, yep. Bam, 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 bam. If I do that, it like straightens it out just a little bit. I think making sharp might do it as well. Yeah, if you make sharp, it'll make it a sharp edge as well, so it'll stick out a little bit more. But for the time being, we're just doing the absolute basic blocking out for now, and then we'll come back and do a pass on that after. Why is that suddenly like transparent? There's something going wrong. Something's going wrong, but it's fine. We'll just do. Okay. That doesn't even do in front when you're in this mode. Because this is the viewport mode. I don't get why it's suddenly transparent. I don't know why it went transparent. Something's going on. I think I've just pressed something wrong, and it's done something. Everything's like everything's transparent. What is going on? Camera review. I never have video issues, and as soon as I hit like go live, apparently this is where I'm gonna have all the issues. Blender. Models look transparent. Seems that. All right, I turned that on. Right, okay. Now I'm overthinking things. I'm definitely overthinking. I thought I already did it for the model that you were currently working on. I guess it doesn't. Well, it is. Don't need to isolate because we do actually need to see the thing. Add a little bit of jaggedy edge to the edge there. Okay. Let's I guess not Control E there. We have to Alt E, which is annoying. because it's not what I'm used to at all. We just use polybuild tool probably more. Probably the way to solve it. Merge those together. And up to there. No hotkey for polybuild. Okay. Bonk. Up to there. Bonk. Up to there. Bonk. Or just do that. That. Yeah. Oh. Hold up. See that I like that. Always accidentally hit. Control R. Also Shift R. Shift R. Shift R. That was one that I learned more recently. Shift R to just repeat the last action you did. Very handy for things. Here anyway. Move them inwards. What I mean by having control over where these things actually position. Versus just relying on the weird smoothing of Unreal Engine's thing. Add one there. Cool. Gonna do this again because we're actually absolutely flattened out. Accidentally selected that, so make sure everything's nice flattened off. Cool. Cool. Flat. Right. There. Scale it. Grab those. There, put it there. There, put it there. How do we get to there from over there? Don't want to. I can't do that in front stuff, but it's annoying that that's like that, so the opposite is to just add a thickness instead. Like that. No better, is it? Oh, can't win, can I? Gotta do it with the thing in front. Reading which tab it is. Oh, because yes, because the stupid thing is on by default, and where I messed up. Later on I can like clean up wherever there are unnecessary triangles and whatnot, but go quick and fast, build out the edges a little bit by little. There to there, there, there to there. Oh, yeah, there, there. Like I said, probably not the most exciting thing, but it's you gotta do. How did that happen there? How did it go all the way down there? Maybe we can just do this. If we really wanted to, we could just pull it. What's the word? Press to quads. How did that not even work? Quads? Just is going live just the curse of tech? Because it's just things aren't working. It's so weird. I don't get it. I don't get it. You want to try and remove the triangles, but it's not affecting the actual geometry. Or like the, I guess, silhouette, you know? Oh, bonk, bonk. Get sent all the way over to here. First though. Every day, I think, oh, I should play some RuneScape. I forget it costs money, but I don't want to pay for a subscription fee. Oh, and I don't want to play free to play because there's like nothing to do in free to play. Unless I did like with friends and like a thing with it, and it'll be fun. But otherwise, I'm not doing it. Whap, 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 whap. Bam, 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 bam. Then, because we don't want that to be our geometry for some, okay, no, that's the reason why. That's a bit off there. You need to put that over there and then add another bit of thing there. That. Oh, that's nope, not the outer ring, just the blue one. There, please. Two. There. Be fine. Enough distance. Is that enough for a single jump? No, I don't even know what the have to that just out a bit. Oh, cool. What about the flat tops of things, and then we can merge everything together. Up to there. It isn't very special, it's just a giant thing, so that's why I wanted to block out better. Go to the middle because big old surface here. Just go ham on adding nice little chunks. Don't look so rounded off, you know? Nature is usually perfect. Some instances being perfect, but turns it on again. That I don't know why it's on by default. Alright, I need to. That's a big L for me. Final part of the area, so find that good. And we can just go bam, No, we can't go BAM because for some reason my stupid hotkeys are disabled. I don't know why I can't control E. I don't know if it's something that because of having OBS up, it's interrupting it or something, but I wonder if it could also be something else. It's Slim Lime. Hello. Nix, welcome on in. Hope you're having a good day. I wonder if I'm having the same issues you have with Maya, but with Blender. Because at the moment I can't use a lot of my hotkeys, and my computer did update yesterday. And the only thing I can do right now is Alt. I can actually just... Hotkeys not... Whoa. Yeah, for some reason, like, I can do Alt-E right now and Extrude Edge right now. But I can't control... If I try Control-E for just a regular extrude... it's extrude... on the... Wait, no, it's missing. The option is missing. I'm in layout mode. Maybe that's why. Is that the reason? No, it's still gone. I was in layout mode to begin with, but also, again, my control E is just gone. Where X is hop it down. I have to press Q. What does deselect my... It doesn't seem that doesn't seem to be my issue, but I am having issues where I can't call it. I can't do the Control E extrude, which is what I usually use. For some reason, it's just disabled itself. As much as that for that. It's frustrating because I Control E a lot for my things. Shift D there worked to like send it over here. There's just some hotkeys that just aren't working. I'm just wondering if OBS or something is taking control of the I don't know if there's a Control E, what it would do in OBS, but maybe it's listening. So now, what happens if we change it? Preferences, key map, extrude. See, this is the one that I usually use. Let's change that to Alt E and see if it's just... Okay. I think the issue is something I have open right now is taking control of the hotkeys, I think. Or something weird. Free to move along all normals is... what I usually use. I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I think my entire life is a lie. I just don't know now that I'm thinking about things. I don't know why it's happened. I don't know. Either way, I hope you're having a better time than I am right now, Next. We're doing some blocking out right now in Blender. Blocking out the environments for Deadsun quest. Oh, now, why did that suddenly turn back on? I turned off create quads, and now it's turned back on. Why is again? As soon as you hit go live, everything starts to be weird, and I've got the snapping on again, which causes issues with a polybuild tool. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, if I have snapping on, it like it effectively disables the snapping snap ability. because the poly tool has it on by default. These things up. Bam. No, just those ones. Grab every single face in the thing. Bam. What an intense moment happens during this song. Outwards. We're gonna something's going being weird. Sometimes you can't help it, just sing along. These songs. Alright. All the things going wrong. Go to there. Down. If you grab the corners, it creates a quad normally, but if you grab like a side, it just does a thing. Does the thing. You know, it just does the thing. Does a triangle. Huh? What did I just do? I heard a beep. It did my music thing. Is it just Windows hotkeys being think? I wonder if Windows has added a hotkeys because of update. I did see that as one of the posts where, like, after updating, there was issues because you can't sometimes control when it's going to update or that it has to update. Because Windows just likes to take away your freedom. That side, please. Cool. Slowly but surely build this thing out. It's a little hard to... If I separate it, will it make it easier? Separate by selection. Okay, cool. That... No. That's the problem. It, like... I have to, like, turn it off and then, like, only have it for bits that I'm actually using it on. Like this one here. Otherwise, the other parts are going to interfere with my angles. Cool. Bum ba da bum ba da bum. Is it gonna? Yeah, of course it would. Yeah, it's always annoying when it does that. doing something at the top of that mountain. Maybe at the end. We'll see. I don't know where everything goes right now. I've got infinite possibilities of where things could be. This seems like a place where you'd put like put something. Sure, like a Goldie bolt, something. But only after you have like certain abilities, can you get to it. That's what the second pass of the level design is about. Blender, yes, it's Blender. Hello, Fruitsy. Come on in. Hope you're having a good day. That's where you hide the secret collectible gooby. Fruitsy is everywhere. He's in your walls, under your bed, everywhere. This is my first time actually trying to use the in-front thing. I can say it's not been my favorite. But that's no better there. When I'm using such... Not so bad when I'm doing like topology, like if I go to other things, where is it? On the Mome one. When you're doing stuff like this and you want to like do use thick on a stuff like this. Where this is a single plane, but I've made it thick. It's okay to use it like in places like this, where it's like got loads more vertices, but when I'm doing these low poly stuff, it's just harder. Oh, she's stick away. Sheesh. Sure, she'll take that as a compliment. What would I just do? What am I doing? What are these random things that are happening? I was saying earlier that my usual hotkeys of Control E isn't working for some reason. Like if I try to Control E right now, it's doing nothing. If I Control E, if I Alt E, because I changed the hotkey. I did change the hotkey, but you know, it wasn't doing it before. Mosum flu. Sheesh. Got the badonks. Outright, can't do that. Heaven forbid I do that. This is the problem right now, is figuring out the best way to model this. Hope you're having a good day, Fruitsy. We're doing for the first time in a few days because I've been a little mentally exhausted. You know those days? Dope. Joe Marie down every top. I mean, I don't. It's a little okay. It's a little weird, but it's a little passes, or is that the word? I don't mind it so much. It's not. It can be tedious. I don't necessarily hate it as a task. I can just vibe to this and just putting things in places like this, and just it doesn't annoy me so much. There are a lot of plugins for retopology, but they're not always like good for humanoid characters either. Work as in work or something you're working on. I guess by this time of day it would be work. Alt E because we don't have Control E. Just throwing the spanner in the wrench like in the works like that. One hotkey that I just use so frequently. Going like that. Don't know what to do for. That's Too real. Bum, 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 bum. It's cut. Yeah. Oh, that was a weirdly smooth transition. That was not intentional at all. Accidentally hit a thing, then that went like to the right side there like that. Heat finder. Well, if you're looking for feet, you know where to find them. Free feet cam. Free feet cam. Woo! Position myself back. Oh, now there is no feet cam. I gotta like move the. I don't know where I am facially sometimes. Is that okay? That's where I should be. There. Because when I'm with the no jiggle. There was actually jiggle physics on the feet. When I just chucked kawaii physics on it, everything that was like, if you chuck it to the spine, everything on the body becomes jiggle physics. Yeah, they're. I haven't fine-tuned them enough yet, but yeah, I just kind of threw it on there and was like, okay, it's on there. Mainly for the like the goopy clothes, but I haven't like, you know, fine-tuned it for other aspects. Jiggle was set to yes, yes. Got them VTuber physics, you know. I'm a real VTuber now. This is too much of a thing here. I'm gonna cut my poly into pieces. This is my last resort. Damn. Jiggle overdrive. The what's the face? Kylo Ren. More. Here we go. Alright, we've got a big giant mountain here which we added in because aesthetic. Now we've got to actually model the part of it. Doesn't actually matter about the placement of this one because it's not something that you're intended to be walking on. Just kind of there. You can, you know, like roll around on it, but not the idea to roll around on it. You know, mold the basic structure rather than that having flat surface like the top part. Do you not have the full what's it call it? I can show you that. It's something funny. I know I'm switching back and forth between this project, but I'm delaying this project because maybe if you could probably tell why I'm delaying this project. It's something that I hate doing. I'll do topology any day, but I don't do that. I also realized that this fringe, this is the original fringe, like the block out of the fringe, and I like did this mock-up of a fringe here, and it's very it feels very Yu-Gi-Oh, like anime Yu-Gi-Oh is kind of what it feels like if you guys kind of get what I mean. Like a Bakura kind of or even you know it's very do all over the place. But yeah, if you turn off this receding hairline, if I turn off this completely bald, Yeah, it needs to be 6 different colors. And add the rainbow fringe. Bald! I'll add a bald redeem. Yeah, like I said, the geometry doesn't fully matter. It's just about making the geometry. There's three material slots. Gotta have at least 50, right? Gotta include all the highlights and everything. We don't want to be efficient here. Slime. I'm never efficient with what I'm doing. Oh. I thought I heard something. Yeah, I showed it off earlier, but like the reason why I'm doing this and blocking out is because 508,000 triangles. I know that most of it can be like culled down, but like a lot of the triangle count is just like insane. and I'll be able to color it more how I want it to be. It won't be completely low poly by the time I'm finished. I'll slap one subsurface modifier on it. That'd be good, right? That's how you model things. You just slap a subsurface on it. It's done. Oh. Out to there like that. Up there. Yeah, I've given up trying to keep my keep a watch streak on Fruitsy, because Fruitsy sometimes stream at like 5 AM just before I'm like able to wake up at all. I'm always missing those reams to be able to keep those going. Whereas Deadsun's usually like the time that I'm just awake, And and same with Nyx. Nyx I'm able to keep, because like it's actually been better for Nyx's streams. It's like it used to be like an hour or so before I was going to bed, but now it's because of daylight savings. It's like 2 hours. We need to watch more Nyx. Make cube surface to displace. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Lock in. Cube. Got our cube. Isolate just focusing on this. Oh, what? I can't do a joke if it goes into an ad. Exclusively streams after if it was it's always good to have company and whatnot. Okay. On stream because of night shit. Subsurface. I'm gonna hit save first before I do this. We're doing it 6 times. What's the next step? I missed it. I forgot. Okay, displace. How do I displace? I don't think I have a displace. What does displace mean? What does displace mean? This is the most efficient way to make a sphere. Although the exclusion never overlap. I failed the tutorial. I don't know how to displace. It was in that place. Now it's in displace. I displaced it. I'm usually pretty much all over the place and free, except for like basically, like I said, from when Nyx streams onwards, like it's going to bed time around about then. A little bit after there, so like any time after that for like a good 6-7 hours of sleep when I'm not available to collab and whatnot. But and I also have to games that other people play that aren't completely reliant on ping, because It can be frustrating sometimes. Being in New Zealand away from everyone else. I'm on track to wake up this early. Hell yeah. And we said go to bread. we go to bread. No gluten. You guys got to pick up what's it called? Sea of Thieves again, don't you? Gonna have to have a talk with Deadsun. Too addicted to Repo. I can understand though. Like, it was just vibe with the game. I was hoping to vibe with That's not connected. Yeah, oh, what's going on there? What's Linda? What did you do here? Linda, what did you do here? You're gonna have to take away your modeling license. More. More. Exactly. Just gotta frame it in the right way that you know, was the brain. Getting ads from like this. Sheesh. I never like we never really, I don't think we ever really called it prom. We had like the school dance. We didn't have prom, we had the school dance, and like I only went to the ones that were like in the younger things, because in high school they only did it for the very last years. You know, the ones that were mature enough to you know, do those sorts of things, you know, dancing with the opposite genders and whatnot and all that jazz. Even now, you can't even really say opposite gender. It's not that simple anymore, and that's a good thing. People need to, you know, find more better things to complain about. I only went to one. I walked around, bought. Yeah, that's kind of how it was. I even had like, I had like, an intermediate. I did have a GF and whatnot, and even then, neither of us actually wanted to dance at in at the I think it was called the social school social. May have been the name for it. I think about it. Yeah, we just didn't want to. We don't want to dance. It wasn't fun to dance in front of other people. Tea dancing. Yeah. As for army and ding dong pills, exactly what you need. Life, just man. That's the problem with ads. It's like, it's not even the fact that it's not the ads that bothered me. I'm like, people talk about targeted ads. I'm like, none of these ads have ever been like targeted towards me. Like, none of them like are anything that I would actually consider, you know, purchasing or whatnot. There was a time when I was working where I was watching ads on. I wasn't specifically watching ads. I was watching One Piece on Crunchyroll, and I was getting ads, but it was just the same ad, because the ad pool for New Zealand, I guess, was just so small that it was only going to play that one ad, and it was like a Xenoblade Chronicles, I think it was. And like, it was just the same ad over and over again, and I got so frustrated with that game that I would never play it because of that. Because of it just forcing its way down my throat the whole like time. And it wasn't just like a day thing, it was like a week of this thing happening. We turn off tires, and then I get offended. I get offended if I didn't even know if there was I didn't know there was an option to do that. If no, they had to be in the closet. Yeah, just I don't know. I don't know what. It's just I don't get the point of like forcing people to do it as well. Like it was kind of almost forced upon you and my school to do it. Like we had like whatchamacallit, things where we had to have like special lessons to learn how to dance and waltz and all this jazz, but like no one was into it. Was one of those like, oh, was an ad back? It seemed to live in this. Yeah, that was. It's a straight boy. Where ASMR makes me feel sick. Yeah, man. They just need to get better at advertising for the right people. And then I wouldn't. Then you wouldn't actually care so much about ads. It's the fact that the ads aren't, you know, specifically good. Even if they try to say they're not targeted, they're still probably targeting them. Knowing how these things work, they probably still want to try and target you to some way. Oh no, not that. Whatever. See, that's what I'm thinking. Like that hotkey is something that's shown up, and I don't know when it showed up. I don't remember it. Boy, howdy, it's gonna be so much fun when I try to texture these. Oh boy, I'm looking forward to it. That's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is not being able to texture it, so if all things go wrong, everything's just gonna be flat colored. I've definitely taken this random little meme game for Deadsun a lot further than I originally intended. Like I just did keep feature creeping myself, but it's been fun. It's been fun to make and learn, which is what I need to be doing. Sometimes having a game where you're wondering about like, is this gonna be marketable? Is this gonna, like, are people gonna hate it? What's the deal? What's gonna happen? And then that like kills your vibe for like wanting to make it. It happens a lot with projects I talk about with Mother Slime. Is like it sometimes travels back to, oh, so are you gonna be selling this one? It's like, why'd you have to ask that? Can I not just make one thing without you asking that? And just think about, making a thing for the sake of making it. I got an ad on YouTube that was like 12 hours long loop on the Mickey Mouse Ferris wheel, and that is weird that someone would pay to do that. There's an anime waifu gacha in my. I guess I could do that. I'll make it so that every character that's going to be featured in this is going to be a rollable gacha character, and there'll be nothing about them. Like, there's going to be no point to them, but they'll still be rollable gachas. I think that back up to the original. Bump. Bump. We need to find out how these connect to each other. Oh boy. Yeah, there. Oh wait, down there is where it needs to connect up. Whoosh. You don't have to be specific on how these up. They actually connect up. But you can just always reskin it as Fruitsy's Mystic Quest. Definitely. You guys are onto it. I'm gonna after this is done, I'm just gonna replace it with some a marketable character that isn't Deadsun. Well, I say marketable in terms of I can actually sell it, because copyright's gonna be a nightmare with all the cameos of this game if I try to sell it. Be hearing from Fruitsy's lawyers if I tried to use her image and sell the end product. Second quest stars, Fruitsy. Just imagine doing that, like, don't change anything about the game, just change the character and put a 2 on it. Did I just call out Call of Duty? Alright, the slimes have been kidnapped and Fruitsy must travel around the world to rescue them from a trash can. Can't believe you fell in a trash can, Fruitsy. How could you? See, we have a backup idea if the Deadsun betrayal arc comes to fruition. Oh. This is so easy, I could do it from the inside a trash can, and I will. It's really getting frustrating missing the... It's like... How do you... It's such an impulse, even a tick, to just Control E to do that. Now having to Alt E, it's just that it ruins the flow of what I'm so used to.
Of your upholstered furniture, and never more will you be able to find socks that match.
Yes, Murray. Murray treats it like I actually match my socks. Do any of you guys match your socks? I don't match my socks. I don't think I even have a matching pair of socks anymore. That doesn't feel like geometry, does it? You zoomed. Yeah, there's that there. Triangulate. Yeah. Wear socks because someone always told me to pick the people in mine, and they got Mr. Sparkle. Is that like the happy those happy characters? You know, they're they're basically like the original emojis. They have to fight their way out, of course. Or we could just replace it with some sort of magical effect. And just socks and especially socks once. It becomes impossible to have two magically. Yeah, basically same for me. Right, that, okay. I was thinking the British happy characters. No, but book characters. God, there was they were like, they were just circle people, but they were like all had like Mr. Mrs. like happy, Miss angry, Mr. Happy. I feel like I might actually, yeah, okay, Mr. Min, little Miss, Mr. Happy. It looks like it's still a thing, yeah. Mr. Strong, Little Miss Sunshine, Mr. Tickle. Yeah, there's brings back. Oh, why is it doing that? Mr. Miss, Little Miss, yeah, it was right, yeah. That's what I was thinking with that. If it was something along those lines. But I was wrong. Here's another blenderism I'm selecting here. Normally if I could control E, I can just over a short distance go over there. For some reason now that I've turned on stream, anytime I try to look how it hasn't even selected the one that I want it to select. It's for some reason picking the shortest path over to there, which isn't what I want. It's my hotkeys have been ruined and I don't know why. Gotta head home. Have a nice day. See you next time. Goodbye, Fruity. Have a good trip home. Thanks for stopping by. Let me go like that. That. Go. I've been I've been playing a little bit of PoE 2 off stream here and there. I think it's the only way I can play PoE 2 right now is just little tiny bits here and there because long sessions of PoE 2 feel very draining. So I managed to get to maps, so at the very least I could probably stream that at some point. But for the most part, yeah, I just the campaign is just wrong. I didn't want to select that. It's just too slow. Like they've done some things to actually improve it. Like a lot of people have been saying, a lot of people have been kind of angry with the latest patch, and they went on an interview with Zizarin, had a chat with him, and they've taken on board a lot of the issues that their community have been having, and they're fixing things bit by bit. But I just don't like. It's an ARPG campaign. No matter if you're experienced or what's it call it, a beginner, no matter if you're either or, the campaign doesn't change. So you already know what's going to happen with the campaign. Anything that changes is the things you fight along the way. But like, people aren't really interested specifically in that. They want to get to the end game. At least that's how it was with PoE 1. I can understand if they just want to be trying to, you know, deal away from that, but like, it's just what people want. And it's weird that they're so adamantly against listening to the concerns up until now. Like, and they would have different reasons for why things might be feeling this way, but like, one of the reasons was like, oh, so it was basically the developer plays the game a certain way and is trying to basically say everyone should play this if they're thinking they're running out of like regal orbs or something. Like if they're running out of specific currency, they need to be, you know, playing a specific way. It's like, that's not the case. You need to understand that shoehorning everyone into playing the way that you play isn't gonna make it fun for those people. People want to play it a specific way, and it's not just about like. It's not even just about like one-shotting everything in the campaign. Like there are a lot of times where you're not doing that. It's fine, but like they're having like the trash mobs being like an absolute slog is just, it's not fun. It just isn't. Is the other one number? But no, yeah, yeah. I saw a bit more of the. Oh, I saw the ending of that, and it's like pretty bad. It's like he says like at the end of the thing, he's like, connection lost, and he like just shuts off his stream. He just stops. I'm just like, all of your problems with the chat could be solved with 4 letters. Flash DND. Means he doesn't get any like random DMs, random invites, random anything like that. He'd be able to just play the game normally, but you know, I guess he wasn't told that, or didn't think to learn that, or whatnot. You know, Deadsun's a mystery guest. not quite the title, but getting there. Hello, Castic. Hope you're having a good day. we're just talking a little bit about PoE2. Basically the character that I played was a character theorized, put into play by Zizaran, who you summon a bunch of like ranged totems to attack for you while you just run around. It's like they built all these combos into the game, but because of the way that the stunning works, I can't get those off, so I'm playing a build that allows me to just put down a totem. It does all the things for me, and I don't have to worry, and I can get stunned all I want to not have to worry so much, because it's very quick to put down a totem. For sure. Okay, you were... I thought you was doing a thing. Yeah, it's... I can't specifically show the game at the moment, because I'd have to boot up Unreal Engine. It's a game that I've been working on for a friend, DeadsunPrime. They got trapped in a trash can, and they have to find enough beans to create enough party explosion gas to exit the trash can. That is the premise of this game. I'm currently blocking out the environment for it right now. This will where he's going to go into a place where I actually kill it. Then patched it out, and it happened a few times until to show off how to actually be programming frame perfect spells and coordination that impossible. I mean, exactly, like they have to consider, like, you know, lag as well into these sorts of things. It's just kind of frustrating. I get it to some degree. They're making a game they want to make. I get it. They want this game to be the way they want to do it. They don't want it to be entirely like community driven, but like these are experienced people with experienced concerns on things that are going to affect every player, not just, you know, the top 1%. Like, so many people dropped off the game because of how low it was. I think by the ending time, even following this guide, it took so long. I think I was in like 20 hours into the campaign. It's like the casual player isn't interested in doing that multiple times, really. Like, their first time playing the game, they'll do it, but then when they have to, like, they find out they have to do it again each league, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, no, and they're gonna go off and play Diablo 4 or something. Or even Last Epoch, because that's becoming the thing. I don't know. It's just. I wish all the best with them. Like, truly, they got to take into concern what the community thinks as well. Like, there's literally no point to having an early access, to claiming it's an early access and not taking on board the people that are, you know, giving feedback on it. Like, that's the point of an early access, is it not? Like, I guess they thought in their minds that saying early access is you just have an early access to it, to play the game and whatnot, which, sure, that is by definition an early access, but like, are they looking for feedback? If they're not looking for feedback, you know, there isn't much point in just having it. Like, they should just leave it as it is, and then eventually when PoE2 1.0 is available, release that, and then, you know, I don't know. Diablo 4, I've not played. I've heard it's not even that terrible, like, from some people that, you know, enjoy the casual ARPG environment. People are scared of UE1's skill trees, or even PoE2's skill trees. I still don't know how to build builds in PoE2 though. Like, I've theorized builds, but I just have no frame of mind of endgame yet, because I just did not mesh very well with the endgame when I first got around there last league. And I just haven't been able to do a lot of end game, so I did maps and everything, but I just didn't get into like any super bosses or anything like that. Any like end game bossing stuff. Really, because of the way the thing worked. The way the game works. The new way to run maps and whatnot. You have to pick the destroyer, but then you have to. I was going after. Alright. Yeah. It's always nice to have a good story, but like the story again is only gonna be like kind of interesting once round. Like I was like when I first played PoE 2, a lot of my like I had no concerns about the pace that I was going the first time around because I was, you know, listening to the people, you know, learning about like what's going on because like these events that are happening, I understand are, you know, events that lead to PoE 1. I think this feels like a prequel or even something like, or it's like a weird thing like that. Hello, Mr. Carrot on the YouTubes. Welcome on in. We're doing some Blender right now. It's not UE stuff. We're doing Blender stuff. But yeah. So yeah, I don't even. There's some things I'm like, maybe this could work, but like I just to make something work, you've got to level it a new character or something, and you know do that sort of thing. I'm just like, I kind of don't have that drive for PoE 2 right now to just level up a new character just to test. Something I'm glad they changed. Something I'm absolutely glad they changed was the fact that they allow you to respec your ascendancy now. So before if you ascended into a specific subclass of your class, you were locked into it. So if you wanted to play something else, you'll be locked into it, and that'd be it. And that was frustrating. But now you can reascend into a different class, and that's nice. Annoying that it comes after the fact that I just re-rolled another warrior to do the artillery ballista character. But yeah, hello, Captain Steelbacks, and welcome on in. Hope you're having a good day. We're talking about we're griping about PoE 2 while we make blocks of things together. You know how to make a multiplayer games. I've been spending some time in Blender recently. But making multiplayer games is difficult for sure in UE. It requires replication, and there's gonna be ways to do multiplayer. If it's local co-op, you can just add additional players and split the screen. I think, and maybe you can piggyback off of Steam's Remote Play Together to do multiplayer that way. That's probably like the easier way to do it because you're just doing just doing it all entirely local. But if you're doing like stuff that requires like servers, I'm never gonna be able to help you with that. It's stuff that I don't know. There is another option of using Steamworks. If you search UE5 Steamworks, that's a thing where you can connect to other people through your Steam friend list. And maybe there'll be a way to have it piggyback as, you know, searching servers and whatnot. But like, I've played around with a plugin that I bought that allows me to do something to that degree, but I've never, you know, put it into effect. I've connected to my laptop through over LAN through Steam, doing that plugin, but I've never done it over a long distance. You know, it's something I'm not sure how to really make work. Yeah, making the I just realized I need to round this edge off just a little bit more. Needs to be rounded for thing. Beeble. Rebel. Biggest game that I've been wanting to play the most is, again, old school RuneScape. I think I'm listening to the soundtrack so much. Just $20 a month is still $20 a month for a game, and it's like, I don't... If I'm not gonna pay $15 for repo, I'm pretty much not likely to play old school RuneScape right now. I would even take a version of RuneScape with ads, honestly, just to have a cheap way to play old school RuneScape. Yeah, kids with subdivision, there's gonna be spheres. Yeah, definitely. Not the most optimal way, I would say. Like, you could probably just do... Oh, that's an icosphere. That, and you've got yourself a sphere. Well, I can't see it because everything else is in front right now. But yeah, you can just throw in a bunch of subsurface modifiers to make a weird sphere. Okay, so that fixes that. That gives that little bit of a rim there. Gucci. I've got to be careful that I don't make this climbable as well. I've got to be careful not to add too shallow, no, too non-shallow of an edge. What's the wording for that? It can't be it needs to be steep. That's the word, steep. So that you can't just jump up all the way to the end. I'm gonna drag these out just to make sure that we don't have any cheaters. RuneScape's a subscription-based game. It's free to play to some degree, but a lot of it is locked behind, you know, the subscription. There's like free-to-play quests and free-to-play skills, and then you've got the members stuff, which is members. Yeah, it's all members stuff, so you'd have to, you know, pay a subscription to go to the other parts of the game, fight different bosses, have additional skills, like some of the yeah, like I said, stuff like thieving and farming and agility, or all the skills and whatnot. Goodbye, Mr. Carrot. Have a good day. Thank you for popping in. That up. The weird section here. You totally get stuck there, I imagine. Remove that. Need to remove the ability to get stuck. That up there like that. Tick. That's too sharp, but I don't want ability to get stuck there. Whatever, Trevor. Move this down over here. Yeah, for New Zealand dollary dues, it's $20 per month. I can't remember what it was for 14. I don't think it. I think if 14 was actually cheaper in the end. Done. Now I know I just merged it, but I need to undo that just so I can fix it a little bit. There's just something about RuneScape. It's not even necessarily a lot of people say it's like a nostalgia thing, like it always comes down to nostalgia. It's like I played a lot of the 2004 version of the server version of the game, and like, yeah, it was nostalgic to play for a little bit, but like nostalgia doesn't make the grind of it fast. It's very slow. It is very slow. Old version of game, very slow. And like I say with what's it, PoE2, slow isn't, you know, gonna, you know, retain people. It just isn't. Had to poop scared out of me. Sheesh. Is that bad electrical storms or something, or? Let's do this. Goes over to there. There's no range, super loud bang. Sheesh. Nature being crazy. One of my things I wanted to do. I tried to do this before with other people, but it was just not a game they were specifically vibing with at the time. Was to play a group Iron Man with friends, but the idea would be playing with friends in the free-to-play only sort of things. You don't have to worry about subscriptions, and then like we can only quest together sort of thing. Like the whole thing would be we all do the same quest at the same time, and like I can't help out with the quest, and we can only like I would know what to do usually with the quest, but like the idea would be that we'd all be doing it without, because a little bit it comes from watching a guy called Alien Food who does guideless RuneScape, where they're trying to complete the game without any guides whatsoever. And my idea would be to just try and do that, but as a group Iron Man, where I can like, we're trying to complete the game as a group Iron Man, well, at least the F2P part of it, the free-to-play part of it, and get to the end of like Dragon Slayer without you know, any sort of guide, and seeing how far between the brains of the few who would be participating. And I wouldn't be able to like help. I'd just be able to like, you know, follow along, and like I'd be able to provide the comedic. Oh my god, why can't we could just do this? It'll take like 5 minutes, but you know, that sort of thing. Just, you know, the funny thing of like having the knowledge of the game versus someone who doesn't. You know, I reckon it'd be a fun thing to do, but I'd have to, you know, have people that would want to commit to doing all 32, not 32, 30, you need 32 quest points to do Dragon Slayer. But probably, yeah, you do more quests. There's less quests than that, because you get 32 to do them, and yeah, that would be funny. I need the food to scare me. I hate so much. Sheesh. I've been having a weird eating schedule last week. I just haven't been eating dinners. Like, I'd have like my breakfast of sausage, egg, hash brown, and a little bit of sweet chili sauce to add a bit of flavor to that. And then I just have like nachos and cheese. It's a terrible diet right now, I know, but like I just haven't had the motivate. I did have one night where I had the spaghetti bolognese, but I'd used pork mince instead of beef mince, and it made all of the difference for the wrong reasons. The other part of trying to convince other people to play old school RuneScape is what's it called? Time zones. Time zones. The bane of my existence. You know what? I will not remove that right now. And I'm going to do this noticeable. On back. Well, alright. That's a hill there made. Sheesh. You know, Deadsun's Mystic Quest wasn't built in a day. What we can do though is just speed things up for other parts. I could have done that with that side as well and have things be a little bit more together. What I will do though is I want to. I'm going to add a little alcove into this part. We need to have it line up with the vertex of. I just want the blue one, please. Thank you. And up there. Exactly what I didn't want to do actually. I wanted to add a little alcove into here. There'll just be a little bit of a thing in there for whatever I want to put in there. A little something extra. You know. Web. A lot faster to model this one than it is to model the last one we did, but something like that. Gucci goo. Do. Yeah, I was saying it before, the PoE2. The build that I rolled with was you summon these artillery ballistas. So they're like, you have to use a crossbow and you summon ballistas and they shoot up into the air and it lands back down on the ground and creates like a big explosion. And it's like very turn off your brain kind of gameplay, and I enjoy it. And I'm playing like a character that's like supposed to normally be a melee, which is the warrior class, but because it has such good defenses, you just can like put all your stuff into all your rest of your tree into, you know, offense, and then have defense mostly covered by this entire ascendancy. It's been working out. Got me to maps. There are only a few times where I actually had deaths because some things were still a little bit overtuned, I feel. Like, I was surprised that I did die in some of those situations. Like, huh, how much life should I have by this point? How much resistance should I have by now to have survived that? Ooh. Yeah, the biggest thing is I just don't have a reference to where I should be. Someone is hooning down the street right now. Like this. We're going. Jeez, I don't even know we had that many like long roads enough to be able to do that for me to hear that from here. I was just hearing it in the background. Completely distracted me. I don't even know what I was talking about now. Yeesh, damn. Boy races interrupting my stream. Is that the thing? Why? What? Why'd you allow that, but not the point to the point that I wanted before? Something's going wrong with my Blender since hitting go. There's a hit go on the go live. Things are deciding to make me look like a fool. Like it can to some degree it's edge flow. It knows it's this thing. It knows its edge flow around the thing. But if I try to control control shift over to here, it does that, which isn't what we want. And before you could do it like where you just go to here and like around. I guess it's allowed. I'm gonna just do it now, just to like make me look like a fool. But there have been times in this stream alone where it's just, you know, being annoying. But now as soon as I'm complaining about it, apparently I just gotta complain. Now here's the big thing. Does my ponytail fix? My ponytail gonna... okay, it's fixed now. I fixed the problem. All the redeems. All the points. The thing that I think has been the hardest for me with streaming is probably the context. I mostly, when I've been gaming, I've been playing the same games that I've played again and again. So like, I played Minecraft, I played Huey, I played Old School RuneScape. And I would usually cycle around these three games for the most part. Sometimes I'll throw other things in, and then maybe I'll play like, I feel like playing like Final Fantasy X again or something. But like, it's not always gonna be a fun thing to watch when it's just me playing like Final Fantasy X again and again and again. So I've always struggled with finding games that I really want to, you know, stream. No. Obviously, 14 was nice, because it was just a lot of story that I was following. So I like story games more than anything. And at some point we'll get back to hopefully it won't be the same situation as last time me returning, where I'm like going back to it after like a billion years. I was even invited to a server by a friend. I was playing 516, but I was coming off of it just at the time for the you know, to play other things, and haven't played it since then because of that. Felt bad for joining and then like just not actually playing. But you know, I because I don't even remember the situation of why what's it call it? Why I subscribed? It was something that I was getting for free out of it, or something, or a reason for it, but I don't remember the reason. So now I don't get the free expansion all the way through to blah 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 point, which I don't get why they can't just expand it even if you don't have this. If you pay for the subscription, I still don't understand why you can't just, what's we call it, expand, let them just, you know, play if they lose subscription anyway for that specific part of the, you know, the story. Why does this feel like there's something's wrong here? Because it's, there we go, that's why it's wrong. Nice little alcove in here. The things that, you know, this is the things that Unreal Engine I don't think supports with their terrain modifiers. Being able to just cut into things like this. Maybe. I guess with modeling you probably actually could. In the they use the cube grid. Like you pay the money for without subscription. Yeah. I think maybe at the time I was doing like a free expansion or something, or I had the intention to like play it anyway, so for some reason, I can't remember the reason, but you know, there was a reason, I just don't remember it. I should just get into speed running the games that I enjoy the most, and then I can have an excuse for playing them on stream. I'm gonna become a Final Fantasy X speedrunner. See, it doesn't quite, because I'm too close as well. Wow. And the hands aren't really, look how bad the hands are. It's not, they're not very well set up for this kind of bending. There's been no like restrictions on them, so like as you can see, like it's a big mess. Pretty cool that it does track, but like, and like these hands are like worse than ET's fingers. Sip, sip, sip. I don't even know if you guys can hear. You guys can hear the old school RuneScape music, right? I just don't know if it's too low or not. I know. I think you can hear it. Okay. Probably not. Then I've probably been like jamming to old school RuneScape. Like it's like pretty low on the thing. You hear music, just it's just spidge it up. It's just some of the songs can be a bit too loud in my ears. I'm done. You know. I was saying earlier on that the purple hills felt like something that'd be in Dragon Ball Z. It was like Frieza's colors almost. Like a Namek kind of thing, but like a Frieza Namek. This is what we're trying to do with this other one. This is the blocking out of that. What's going on there? Must have accidentally grabbed something there. Got a geometry that shouldn't have. Smooth. The only part of that hill is actually like relevant is this part up here. The rest is just purely part of the stage. verify this. Okay, when I was playing Alien Isolation, playing Half-Life Alyx, I went back over the VOD just to like see how I sounded because I just didn't know, and you just couldn't hear me because of the way that my mic picks up my voice, and it was just a bit bad. And I figured I figured out how to just directly get the mic from the Oculus's thing. It should improve the sound a bit, you know. You don't have to just not hear me. I'd like to play more of that as well. I've never played, you know, I never played the full thing of Half-Life Alyx. Let's just deal that and then just skew it slightly. My actual intention. I wanted to grab the whole loop, but that's what I keep forgetting to do. I need a. How do you actually? The reply. How do you? I only do it in yeah. That's what I wanted to do. Manually unpinned. Hopefully that works. Yes. I don't know if that shows up for you now, but like, yeah, that's something I need to remember to do at the start of the stream. Just, you know, try to build that up just a little bit more, you know. I need to do more videos, but I've got the video of the Unreal Engine thing I need to cut up. So, I've been slowly chipping away at cutting it up. I need to like fully make a video out of it. So the teaching friends Unreal Engine, which we will be having another session of that on the 29th. Be good fun. Teaching friends how to, you know, do Unreal Engine stuff. Be careful of creating indoor areas as well because of the way that the thing works. The cameras being. Need to figure out how to do a better camera system. What happened now? What button did I press to do? That looks like a. I want to keep the bottom part. Call it dust. Dust? No, that's the word. Look at the bottom part flat. Speaking gibberish now. Funny thing is, there's a game I really like called Bloody Good Time. It's like it's a really fun game. It's you basically play as actors, where the director is trying to go for realism, and he actually wants you to murder the other actors on the set, and you know you get stars and different stars for different kills in certain ways and certain guns and whatnot. And it's a really good fun, very not heard of game. Played it like a few times on stream with friends and whatnot. But yeah, load of fun. And I checked. I saw I had notifications on my Steam, and I checked my notifications. Oh, you got a message on this thing. It's like, and it turns out to be the person that was making a custom level. Sounds like a bloody good time. It is a bloody good time. Someone was making custom maps for it still, and I was like, oh, how do you do this? I've been trying to like figure it out. And like, it wasn't the most helpful of comments. It was like, you need to use the TF2 editor thing, the TF2 editor hammer, whatever it is, and like you use hammer to do things, but you said you can also use blend. I'm like, okay, but how make it into the game? And you know, that stuff was more of what I was like. I wasn't specifically like how to make a level. It's more how to like get a level in the thing, and that was the thing that I didn't know how to do. But oh well, I'm not too fussed. I gave up the dream of having my own custom bloody good time levels. Pipe dream. Because there's only like a few levels in the game is the problem, so it gets a little stale. But if I had a way to make my own levels, I could make it a natural thing. A revival of a bloody good time. But you should get a good slime. Where would I be without my patented blue? I did have an RGB redeem ages ago, but it got lost in the way of materials being weird to not like keep consistent. Right, that hole is there. Yeah, like the materials were annoying to like just change around the way that I was doing things. It would look weird. One Piece is back as well. I'm so happy. Tomorrow's another new episode. It's pretty hype. I'm very happy to have One Piece back on the anime side. I just was not into the idea of rewatching the Fishman arc, so I've been holding off so long and watching other animes. Catch up again. I think they're pretty caught up on the dub side. I know you're watching the dub side, right? Which one I never paused for a while. Mine was a good arc. I'm gonna say, well, there was the pumpkin seat. That was one of the things that I had for a Halloween thing, was the pumpkin seat. But now, Slomy is the seat. I can have both characters both characters face tracked. I just need to make a VRM of the slime, of this current slime at the very least. Yeah, to do it, I believe.
Slommy mention.
I switch back between Slommy and Slimami, because eventually neither are going to be relevant. Slommy's going to be murdered. Going to be put in the dirt like the other two. Put it there. More space. If we pan under the ground, are your models are just laying there? Well, yes, they are actually under the ground. I don't think I can show it. No, no, not the one. I can't. Which one's my? Okay. I need to yeet myself, and maybe this will work. Maybe you'll be able to see underground. Where's my yeet? I gotta aim downwards and try and land off of the slum army. No, can't do it. I'm trying to show it underneath, but like, it's really hard to get the right angling to be able to clip through the ground.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I thought of that. You can only go so far up. You can see New Zealand from here. Yeah, I thought of that. Basically, I was trying to show like the underground. Underground that I have versions of each of the humanoid. I haven't gotten rid of them because I just didn't bother. There's versions of the humanoid, the slum army, and the chibi underneath that I use for creating the animations for like the wave and like the Shikanoko dance. And they're underground right now. They're still underground. but they aren't being used for anything. I just haven't bothered to get rid of them. They could be taking up resources, and I just haven't even gotten rid of them. Oh. Thank you. This going over to this. Oh, missed one. How does this feel like a? This feels like a little bit like Final Fantasy's opening. Go this way. I've been watching a lot of anime outside of One Piece since it's like been away. So now that it's back, I've got my fix of an anime that I know I can watch each week. Although Apothecary Diaries is also running, so I've got Apothecary Diaries and One Piece at the moment. It's like, damn, I'm spoiled for anime right now. The Crystal Tommy shows that are over. I'm doing getting it. Always there's ones that are, you know, either on hiatus or there's never gonna be a second season. And that's why I started to read a lot of the manga for the shows that I've watched over the years that aren't gonna get I don't feel like they're gonna get another season. But then I go ahead and watch Campfire Cooking. And I get all the way to being current with it, then I like go back to because I get current with it, and I go back to as soon as you hit next, it takes you back to the main, you know, the homepage of that manga. And I look at the last time it was updated, and it was like a year ago because I didn't see that it was actually on hiatus. So it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Like we're gonna see another of that thing, even the manga. But I've been reading, what are the other ones? I read Chilling in Another World Level 2. That one's updating. Not frequently, but you know, it's still updating. Handyman Sato. That one's been good. It was cool to see more of Handyman Sato. It didn't look like there'd been much progress from where the anime left off, but I think the mangaka works their own pace, you know. But it's good. It's a good show. A good manga, a good read, even still. What else? I started to read Kumiko, Storm Spider, So What? And it's been interesting. Like, with no spoilers, there's like a human side and a Kumiko side where you go back and forth between your humans and the spider in the anime, and it goes back and forth, and like in the way that it does. In the manga, maybe it's different in the light novel, and that's the difference or something. But in the manga, it just hasn't got. I've gotten quite a few chapters in, and it just hasn't touched the human side, which I'm like, the human side was kind of like the downside of the experience with the anime. But another issue is there's a lot of interesting things that are different that I just really liked in the manga, like the way that that Kumiko she speaks with her other personalities. I'll leave it at that, and they don't really have that sort of interaction that they do in the manga. It's way less played. It's way more played down. Like it's just like, okay, they have a second brain. But like there was like never any back and forth between them, and that was like a cool part of her personality, is just, you know, walking to herself. I didn't actually touch the human side. Yeah, so I assumed that the maybe the light novel covers it a bit more, or something, or because otherwise they're just throwing in a human side for the sake of having another part to the story. I'm assuming there's, like, you know, a reason for it. But I'm just not understanding. That was what I was. That's the manga that I've caught up so far. I don't remember if there's other ones that I've dropped. Oh, Archdemon, the one where it's on the full title, it's like the Archdemon falling in love with his elf wife or something like that, or living with his elf wife. I forget the name of it, but like that was the one I've been reading that one. Also current on that one. Each time I just try to get current on things and like see how it goes, because then I'm just reading like a manga chapter every now and then sort of thing. So sometimes things just either don't go any further, or they just, you know, go on hiatus, or, you know, it's hard to know which way it's gonna go on a manga sometimes, whether it's just gonna, you know, continue or not. And I'd love to be able to, you know, support these things, but like I just don't know how you would even support some of these things that just don't have translations. A little frustrating. And sometimes I'm like, sometimes with an anime, I just want to turn my brain off and just watch the dub as well. The Be Hero X anime hopes. You're not the you're the second person in the last day to mention that is it show or manga? Is it a show that's come out, or is it a manga? Because yeah, like it's been it's been mentioned twice now. There's one episode, right? Okay, yeah, that's what a lot of people have been saying. Oh, well, sorry, one other person's been saying. I was watching Link Click anime season 2 with a friend in their Discord and whatnot. Reminds me of Arcane most. Are we in that? Are we in the that era of everyone wanting to be Arcane? I guess everyone just wants everything to not be Studio California styled, you know, like this Steven Universe and you know, all those sorts of shows that look very similar because they're made by the Studio California or whatever it is, whatever the animation company is. they all from cow arts. Yeah, the cow art style. Well, what's between that and almost. Oh, or at least I guess I'll have to take a peek at it at some point. What am I watching right now? I've got a few animes that I've got watching at the moment. I started the beginning at the after the end. That one is an isekai. Guy was a king and gets reborn as a child, sort of like Mushoku Tensei. But it's not quite so far on Mushoku Tensei's level for sure. Got the One Piece. I saw the Guilty Gear Drive animes there. I've been killing Slimes for 300 years. I was surprised to see that that's getting a season 2. Like, the biggest outlier of season 2 is, like, I was expecting to get season 2 was that. Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. That one's interesting. Apothecary Diaries, and I started sort of the Demon Hunter, which is like it's a very heavy first episode, and it's sort of like a Demon Slayer. I'm not gonna say Demon Slayer, but like, you know, it's the concept of the Demon Slayer, where, you know, like from the Edo period and whatnot, and they're trying to, you know, slay demons that are hunting humans. That kind of, you know, trope of things. I say Demon Slayer, but, you know, there's so many that like predate Demon Slayer, but I can see it like being compared to Demon Slayer for sure. Question is that one for, but the isekai, yeah, it's pretty. I'm still not gonna like look. Animators are paid so little, and it doesn't matter how much spirit the animator has. Whatever the company is willing to pay is what they're willing to pay. I can forgive sometimes having a bad animation quality if the story's interesting enough. I truly can get around it, because to me, not always a high budget animation is going to make me enjoy something. I will be crucified, but, you know, I don't really like Jujutsu Kaisen so much. It's not bad, it's just not my cup of tea. It's just very shonen, I guess. But it's very, there are a lot of weird things about it. Like, there's one scene that's very adamantly like, this makes zero sense to me logically why this happened. It frustrates me, but I won't go into spoiler territory there and whatnot. But, you know, there's a lot to JJK that just doesn't vibe with me. Which I can say is fine. I'm allowed to hate things. The moment for the beginning has like 200 new. Then it's screen, but still go. Okay, maybe I can always, like, if I'm invested enough by the end of the anime, if maybe the anime is not Gucci enough for me, I'll move over to the manhwa. That's what I've been doing a lot more of this, as well as I've been reading manhwas. Some of them are a little like, some of them are just because I need something almost a little brain rotty to just turn my mind off to before I'm going to bed. I just like to read, you know, like it's a little bit like some of them are a little bit like trash manhwas, like, you know, typical cultivating, you know, fighting the next person, the next person, the next person. You know, that's something I just need for that moment. I just need to turn my brain off and, you know, read that kind of thing. But yeah, whenever I actually want to pay attention, I'll like I'll probably read a manga. Yeah, if I'm waiting for my sausages to cook, I usually read a memoir in the meantime. The one that I've been because I read them on my phone. It's like easy to read them on my phone. The one that I've been reading at the moment is it's called Sir, Don't Show Off, and it's basically just about a guy that like reincarnates into, well, is transmigrated into the body of this person in this world who got hit by a meteor, and like he's a playboy, but he's like, you know, supposed to be married off to someone, and he's like trying to get out of it, sort of thing, and like he can steal people's abilities, like he can copy other people's abilities, and you know, that's the premise of the show. It's very safe concept for sure. There's a lot of the whole cultivation stuff going on, and it's been an okay read for sure. There's a lot of I've actually finished a few series that I don't even remember the names of, so I can't even recommend them. I need to actually write them down so that I know that I've read them or something. Put them somewhere I know I've read them, and then can actually recommend the good ones. But the one that I actually would recommend is called Ultimate Son-in-Law. It's like got the most. Either way, waiting minute as a villain. There's a few that I've read of those. Like the two that I have on the go at the moment. Today the Villainess has fun again. That hasn't been updated in a few days, like a month. And the other one is Forget My Husband, I'll Go Make Money. Those are the two kind of Villainess. Not Villainess specifically. That the Villainess one was. There's some Villainess that I've had to drop because they were just not interesting enough for me. But yeah, those are the two. Like that's the female lead. That one's more of a trans. What's the one, or regression, where like you go back in time to a certain point. I think, or maybe no, wait. She has time. She has future vision. That's the one. Forget My Husband, I'll Go Make Money. She has like a form of future vision. But neither of those have updated in a while. The one that I really enjoy is Ultimate Son-in-Law. That one's another one where like the dude transmigrates into the body of someone in that world, and that person originally was like super dumb. He's like got this brain. He's got this brain ability where he can like basically access a computer inside his brain to look up things, and he can also has like X-ray vision alongside that, because in his original world he was a doctor, and it starts off with he was a doctor, a super hot doctor, and he got in an accident at some laboratory, and like it disfigured his face, and everyone was like trying to avoid him, and he tried to stay away from everyone, so he went off to fight to be a war doctor. So he was, you know, a doctor inside like you know, inside battle zones and whatnot, and he happens to get blown up in that moment, and when he transmigrates to the other world, he travels with his computer and the X-ray machine that he was using at the time into this new world. So he has X-ray vision and a computer to look things up, and like he is arrogant, and he's just a very unlikable guy by like logic, but you like the way that things play out to some degree. It's a weird thing that I get out of this character. He's a bit of a d-bag for sure, but it's still pretty funny how it all plays out. It's been a good read, and it pretty much updates. It updates frequently, like every couple of days it'll have a new chapter, which is Gucci. Isolate there. That is my manhwa recommendation for the day. Ultimate Son-in-Law. Yeah, he's also he's engaged to someone. Really great estate designer. Doesn't ring a bell, no. He's engaged to someone, and this all plays out nicely. Yep. He's engaged to someone, and they basically don't want it to happen, and he's okay with that. And he like makes his way through Like, this is all like the first chapter, basically. He's just basically trying to find other people to get in. Well, basically get in bed with, but yeah, it's a really funny manhwa. I've enjoyed it. Okay, we've got almost about the main parts that are actually, you know, this side was probably the most annoying to model. So we're going from here. It's show. Lastly, why we're doing this. This is why we do this, because even if we get rid of like those. What the hell? What's being left over? What? Why isn't it selecting all those? God, it's really hard to tell where it is actually on the thing now. Get rid of those. Make sure we don't delete the wrong thing. We're culling back just a little bit by just even doing this. We'll have to make the platforms and whatnot, I suppose, but yeah. Even just doing that, it goes down to like 25,000, but that's still not like ideal for what like these are not like modifiable enough for my liking. I want to be able to, like, you know, properly control the way that you know, you can cut into these or not and have little overhangs, whatnot. That's the idea of why we're doing this. Given that you can go into like there. When there's like water involved, you gotta think about erosion. How erosion can like whack up against a thing and slowly eat away at a thing. So that's like not easy to do with the erosion part, like going inwards. Look up Great Estate Designer. Great Estate Designer. This is gonna give me like a. Okay. Greatest estate developer. No synopsis. Ah, there it is. There's the biggest scum on the earth and mood friend. He's the also he does clean what little life left he has in his family's wealth. Frontiers Knight Javier Ashran is destined to become a renowned swordsmaster, and Lloyd's family will face a pitiful death as their entire family lands falls under insurmountable debt. I will bookmark it for later. Yeah, Scumbag. The ultimate Sunland Law is kind of a scumbag, but he presents himself mostly as a scumbag. He provoked people. So for me with it, okay. Yeah, he's arrogant, but it's a funny kind of arrogant, not like an, you know, how you can get those kind of like antagonist NPCs that are arrogant for no real reason, like they don't act, they're just, you know, living off the name of their father kind of thing. That's what a lot of people assume he's doing, but he actually has, you know, intelligence. People assuming he's just, you know, using the name of his father-in-law to get ahead in life, but he's got a lot of plans. I have had one idea that I want to make, not necessarily as a parody, but like a lot of these manhwas that are like have female leads are, well, that I've read have Okay. A few of these stories that I've read are trans migration, where they're going back in time to their, to their previous version of themselves or something. They have sort of like foresight, and like the one that I wanted to make myself would be like some sort of like kind of parody on it, where instead of like the idea of them going back and getting revenge on these women and whatnot that offended them, they were gonna go back and like basically create a giant Yuri harem. Like the idea is like as they're dying, it like starts off with like them saying, all these people that they betrayed me, belittled me. Why do they have to be so goddamn hot? And the whole idea is that it's just gonna be like a Yuri arc of them like trying to like create a Yuri harem by getting them on her side, or that kind of thing. That was the idea of the manhwa. I thought it'd be a funny concept. As for actually making a manhwa, I don't have the time to do that sort of thing. Really, I don't think I do, at least, who knows? But it'd be a fun. I thought it'd be a funny idea. Yeah, rather than it just being about getting revenge, it's like they want to get revenge, but they were just so gosh darn beautiful they couldn't bring themselves to hate them. I died, and now I have to do everything in my power to prevent my death this time. And then they never like travel to another country or live happily. Yeah, just like leave the country. A lot of things like that, or I guess some of them are like people around them die as well, so they try to avoid them dying. Is the thing for that? But what's we call it? I'm just gonna crack it there. Yeah, there's always some like caveat to them just like leaving. Usually it's like a family member that they actually cared about dying or something, but it's always usually the same thing. So I wanted to make it different. Happens if I put that one there. It works perfectly fine. Bam. 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 Bonk. No? Bam that. Yeah, that's the other thing. The reason why I've been doing this the most is because I'm trying to keep everything flat. Gotta have flat surfaces for the platformers. Yeah, it feels a little less jonky whenever I'm you're rolling around on the flat surface. I guess though with manhwa, a lot of the manhwa that I see, they use a lot of 3D to do the sceneries. But there is a way to cut down time, and like a lot of it's just about creating characters. It's more about the character designs and whatnot, and the fashion that they wear. Depending on the manhwa, obviously. There's a lot of funny things happening in Ultimate Sun and 4 right now. It is also one of those types of this person offended me, now I must kill them. Kind of things. There's no in between most cases. Although some people have a redemption arc. Sometimes. Depending on the severity of their offense towards the main character, I guess. Let's grab these ones. There's one meanwhile, I just want to select the outside rim, it does that. If it's like weirdly not distant, it does that. Bam. Do a little rim first. Down. Grab the pitch tool. Be able to stylize the textures and whatnot to make it a little bit more interesting. And like I said, we can always chuck a subsurface on these to smooth out the edges. I just need to like better define the edges. Have these little rims for them. There was one that I was reading that was like this girl was like it was like this woman was like looking after this royal lady that was like it was her destiny to look after this lady, and like this like there was something that was just getting boring about it. It was just not all of them are bangers, unfortunately. And you can get like pretty far in before you like realize that it's like it's a story that's not going anywhere where you care about. This one back a little bit. I still have to like UV. I have to like UV map these as well. If I wanted to do that. Picture them in a certain way. I could just, I guess, try and paint over them, like the way that I did with the terrain initially, but see how things go. See how much time we can invest into it. I think I've said that I'm panning the amazing alien world, and that was like the puzzle based thing. It was just I just didn't want to. It's a puzzle. I've been trying to avoid any sort of like major world being entirely about being just about the puzzle, because once you know the puzzle, like no longer a puzzle. But I didn't want, or just an entire level. Like you'd have puzzles throughout the level that like all things, but wanted it to be more about, you know, skill based level design. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, 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 doom. Go to center. Go to center. Center, center. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Gotta go alt, alt. Enter. Heat. 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 Right there.
Evil needs no arms. Watch.
Work efficiently. Oh. Turn that off. To have that line up properly. Where's the jumps onto the original sizes? And bam to there. Just kind of did yes copy paste. So what? Being efficient without time. Don't judge me, please. I'm just a solo developer. Yeah. I would be doing every level on stream. I wanted to stream something. I didn't know what to stream, so we streamed this. But I'll be trying to just block out every single level as we can. And put them all into the game. And then double check that they're all Gucci. Yeah, that's the difference. 26,000, 1,600 of them are the remake at the moment. We try to bump that up to isolate, and we put a modifier of subsurface on that. It goes up to 7,000. As you can see, it like smooths things out just a little bit, and things will be a bit more smooth. We'll fine tune that if we want to. If we go up a second stage, it goes up to 28,000. So we can go like up to 28,000 just like that, just using the subsurface. But it's more at the moment just about, you know, keeping it blocked out. I would go for the subsurface. I think it's done. Nope. We need to change this a little bit so it's not so obvious that we just copy pasted it. Get rid of the copy paste look of it. Like that one. What is this song for? Seems like it's a very big quest song, like a boss music. The name of this one? Inadequacy. Sounds like a boss song title. Like, yeah, it feels like a way more recent song, or some sort of like more recent quest or boss or something. And we cheat again. Control D. Move it over. Around like that. Wonderful. Move it over without like this. Working without move it without having to do much. Cool. Bam, 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 bam. Alt D. Nope. Wham. Over to there. Just move that over like that. Cool, cool. That out. That room there. That one's fine to not have room on that side. We want the other side to have a room. Yeah. You can just merge. Closed there. Yeah. Cool. This is, I was trying to remember if this is the double jump thing, but no, it's just a regular jump. Those are the two jumps there. And that's pretty much this one blocked out. Gucci. Yeah, we'll just be doing that for the rest of the levels. The only one that I'm going to be struggling with mostly is the DeadsunPrime one, because this is what I'm working with here. So I've got to make it look better than this, but also I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking with this one, but hey, fun to figure it out when I get to it. It'll look nice, hopefully, by the time we finish with it. Just have to think about how you could break the level with the certain ways that you were into things. Some are very simple, like it's literally just this. This is all this one is. It's basically already blocked out. I just need to make a, you know, an actual model for it. It's kind of already done. But then I've got the worlds that are like the Purple Hills, where they're more organic. I would actually do that. I'll be doing like castle structures for most of the thing. Like the biggest one is the final one, the final round, which I don't seem to actually have it here. Must not have exported that one or made a thing for it. I didn't realize you could hover over things to have like a preview of them. It's the worst previews ever. File not found. Okay, whatever. upwards battles. That's a good good block out for what we need. And I can just go through and mark things. Yeah, bam, 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 bam. I'm trying to mark off. Okay, it's not there. It's needs to go to. I want to have the really? There. I'd mark off there maybe, or maybe it actually would be a little bit lower. Yeah. This will be where the runes of environments are. This room needs to come up a little bit more, but need that. Need that. What's going? Why did it lose like half the stuff on this side? I had this selected. There's something I didn't mean to. Click, 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 click. I don't know where to even go from there. There, yeah. This is where it doesn't make any sense. I'll have to really think about how I'm texturing these. Probably actually go down here. And there's that. Yeah, I've not made it too easy on myself, but I go like mark seam. That'd be where the seam is, kind of thing. And figure out how to cut these up properly. But that's a job for future Cylon to think about. Which I wouldn't actually do that. We do this. Yeah, get rid of there. Layer seam. Yeah, that'd be a one section there. Go L like that, that's that section there, and I could just unwrap there. Stuff like that. More easier ones are just, that's the rim there. Mark seam. Go R. Some of them are a lot easier to figure out because I've already marked where the edge should be. Up here. Yeah. Bam. 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 Kind of. Bam. That's to figure out in a bit. I think Gucci enough. I'll be doing more of this over time. I'll slowly get through these levels. I'm going to try to speedily get through. I'm not going to say slow. I'm going to speedily get through these, so we can have a good block out, and then we can make them look nice and, you know, textured and whatnot. I'm going to get the block out done first. Even though we've done a technical block out with our cube grids or not, they aren't what we need. The biggest one that's probably going to be annoying is actually modeling like an actual spaceship for the spaceship. Apparently I don't have the spaceship one. Let's make it modeling the spaceship levels. Then yeah, I'll have to make model spaceships for those. That'll probably be the hardest part of that one. But yeah, we'll figure that out. This will be like a barge, or like something that's being towed behind. bad, I guess, for modeling. Probably was a ways that I could have sped it up, like with this part over here. Here I got to speed it up a few ways here. I made it a little bit more, you know, quicker. That's what we want. I probably didn't even need to do it. I could have just done the main part of this thing. Whatever, we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. Okay. I think I'll call it for today. We're coming up to 3 hours, so call it pretty Gucci for now. Happy with the progress that we're making. I'll make sure to do more off stream. Let's see what this does. You can do poses. Let's see what this does. This is the eye-shaped balance pose. Wow! Look how flexible I am. Wow. Seems the physics all over the place. Yeah, it's like I can import animations into this XR animator and use them as like animations to play if I wanted to, rather than baking them into I could actually do them in. I can import them using the XR animator, which can look at a video and like turn it into an animation. Then I could probably bake that into Unreal Engine and then play those as dances. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Things to do. If we had infinite amount of time. Okay. Let us look for raid target. Can't raid them because it's probably spoiler territory. We're gonna raid Nia, playing at Monster Hunter Wilds. Sounds Gucci to me. They're playing Monster Hunter Wilds with the open lobby. Sounds like good times. I'll say goodbye on the YouTube side. Thank you for watching and hope you have a good day. Goodbye, YouTube side. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. And now, and then we do the raid on the raid side of the YouTube